Will the hot run of basketball cards continue? Are we going to be ringing that damn cowbell? We've got another Fanatics weekly auction recap here. This is auction number 169. This auction ended last night. And believe it or not, out of nowhere, Jayson Tatum raced to the top with an all-time high Jayson Tatum cowbell ringing record. He just nudged out Kobe Bryant and others. A lot of interesting results. Are we seeing a couple of different types of cards coming back, including perhaps Michael Jordan? I don't know. You guys got to watch the video. Let's try to make some sense out of this. Let's try to figure out what's going on. We've seen a bunch of insane sales recently on my auction recap videos, regardless of the marketplace. Today's episode is no different. There's some very curious results good and some very curious results bad. Help me help you. Help me help you. Enjoy the video. I hope this gets your week off to a great start. If you're new to the channel, every single Monday morning, you're going to get these Fanatics weekly auction recaps. If you collect basketball cards, hit the subscribe button. Enjoy the video. If you've got a bunch of unwanted inventory that you've been sitting on for days, weeks, months, years, ship it to Fanatics Marketplace and let them do all the work. Just make sure when you ship it, you use the promotional code Cajun, all capital letters, C-A-J-U-N. Hey guys, Bryan with Cajun Cardboard coming at you from the great state of Louisiana. Two things. Let's just get this out of the way. What the hell are you wearing? Well, I've got a little story for you last night. Number one, this is for the best run franchise in the entire NBA, the New Orleans Pelicans. Yes, my very own home state New Orleans Pelicans. I've got the gangster chain on. Short story. I sent my son down there to the last home game of the year where he watched a bunch of kids from high school and G League and Croatia and Iceland. That's what's left of the Pelicans roster. Oh, and Jose Alvarado. He watched them play Sunday night against an Oklahoma City starless Thunder. None of their starters played. I don't know what the hell was going on. I said, man, who played last night? He's like, dude, I have no idea. It was a bunch of completely random dudes, and he's a pretty big NBA fan. He decided this was what he should bring me back from the gift shop. So last game of the year for the Pelicans, it puts an end to an incredibly awful season. I do sort of root for my hometown, but they got to get out of their way. They got to get Zion out of here and bring in some fresh blood and hopefully get the franchise moving forward. The second thing is you may have noticed that I am starting to change colors, and this is what happens to yours truly when the summer months arrive, because I was sitting at the soccer field watching my young one play for hours upon hours upon hours, and that is when my neck starts to change colors. My face still looks as normal as my face ever looks because I put sunscreen on my face. I tried to put it on my neck, but my neck never stood a chance. And so I'm like a chameleon. I am changing colors. I have a red neck, a white face, and a gold rope chain. So just deal with it. Let's actually talk about basketball cards. Here we go. Let's start from the bottom. We got a Luka Doncic 2020 Flawless Vertical, serial number to 15, BGS 9 that does 49.20. We're going to look up this Charles Barkley 1998 Skybox Premium Star Rubies Charles Barkley. We're going to look up a bunch of these super rare, super important, non-Jordan rubies, super raves, weird, crazy stuff like that. Tier 1 type stuff for the folks that collect these types of players. I say these types of players, I mean absolute super mega collectible studs from the 90s, not named Jordan or Kobe. That's really what we're talking about. First one we're going to look up is this one here, the 98 Skybox Premium Star Rubies Charles Barkley. It is a PSA 5. There are 6 graded higher. Remember, all these Star Rubies were serial numbered to 50. There is your card right there. It's only sold 3 times in history in PSA 5. And this was the worst. You don't hear me saying that about really big, important sports cards like the one that we're looking at. This is a awesome Charles Barkley card for anybody. And if you think PSA 5 is terrible, look, here's the deal. There's no 8s. There's no 9s. There's no 10s. PSA 5 is not that bad. It's a 0% gem rate. It's a 0% near mint rate. I don't think I've said that about a card in a very long time, right? And so PSA 5 is a pop one. There are a few 6s and 7s out there. Maybe that led to this, but this is the worst This is like the opposite of ringing the bell. The card sold a couple times in the last year. This was the third. This is the worst sale in the last year. And here's the thing to keep in mind, and this happens. This is not a Fanatics Collect thing. This could be an eBay thing, a Heritage, a Golden, and all. This could happen anywhere. You guys have to look closely. When you're looking at it, you're like, damn, this card is down $2,460, right? From the $7,500 sale. That was just 2 months ago. Barkley's crashing. No, that probably wasn't paid. Look at this. This is the same card, same cert number, I believe. Yes, and so this sale last night, cert number 8913. If you don't know anything about cards, cert number is the actual certification number that appears on the PSA or the BGS or the SGC label. It's 744-38913. That's last night's sale, $5,040. This was 2 months ago. Guess what? It's the same cert number. It's the same exact card. My guess is this one on February 2nd did not get paid. It goes back into the account of the seller. No blood. It gets relisted and it sells for $5,040, which is only a few $100 lower than the sale that was on Fanatics in July of last year, which is, guess what? It's got to be the same cert number. Why? Because we just looked at the pop report and there's only one of them out there. So this card has sold 3 times in the last year. Well, what's real? What's not? My guess is this was probably an unpaid, because that looks to be almost too strong of a sale of $7,500. Anyway, let's say it's a $5,000 card last night, and let's not overreact, right? I don't think this is indicative of Barkley cards going down. If anything, I would say there's room for Barkley cards to grow, and that's coming from someone who owns 0 Barkley cards nowadays. 2016 Prism Veteran Signatures Blue Kobe Bryant, serial number to 49. It's a BGS 10 copy. It's serial number to 49. It's a Pop 2. It does $5,000 as well. We've got a Paulo Banchero Sensational Black. This is a 1-of-1 black autograph Paulo Banchero from 2023. This one does $5,280. Jalen Green makes an appearance in the top 48 cards on last night's April 13th Fanatics Weekly Auction number 169. This card is a 10-10 Pop 1 Jalen Green Flawless Rookie card. And this one sells for $5,520. Are you a believer in the second-seeded Houston Rockets? I have a suspicion. There's a chance. It looks like Memphis and Golden State's in the first play-in game with the 7 and 8 seeds in the West. The winner of that is going to get the number 2 seeded Houston Rockets, unless something changed last night. I didn't look at the standings, but I think that's right, and I think that's where it is. If the Warriors win that game, I suspect that the last team that the Houston Rockets want to see in that play-in game is the Golden State Warriors. I think they would fare much better against the mercurial, volatile Memphis Grizzlies, a veteran-laden team, albeit a team with no center at all, the Golden State Warriors. And yeah, don't come at me with Quentin Post and Draymond Green, who's 6'7", or Kevon Looney, who is literally about to die of old age. I think Alperen Şengün would go absolutely bananas. If you're a FanDuel person, bet Alperen Şengün to score 1 billion points in that series. Next to it, we've got a dual signatures, Michael Jordan, Dennis Rodman, serial number to 15 from Upper Deck Black. It does $5,640. Athlete of the Century. How about this? A Michael Jordan 1-of-1, but is it really a 1-of-1? I think this is one of those sets where there's a bunch of Jordans in there. Somebody comment below. I know some of my PSA set registry folks are going to be chasing this card. I would have suspected a 1-of-1 Jordan, even from such an obscure set as this 1999 Upper Deck Athlete of the Century. I would have suspected this card would go for more. This is a die cut card. Pretty good looking card right there. 62 bids. So that lets you know those kind of obscure, low pop, low serial numbered, rare Jordan collectors. This is way off the beaten path. This is not a hierarchy Jordan card, but there is a market for any Jordan 1-of-1. I can tell you that, to the tune of 62 bids. And it's a top 48 card in last night's auction. Serial number down here, 1-of-1. That is not an autograph. That's just a facsimile, silver printed foil deal. But pretty good looking card. Jordan taking his patented jumper, and it is die cut, $5,640 there. We looked at the Barkley Skybox Rubies. That's kind of murky, right? It's a little ambiguous. Let's not react, and let's not like the cards down. I think that $7,500 wasn't paid. I'm not comparing Tracy McGrady to Charles Barkley historically, although Tracy McGrady was a phenomenal basketball player and a great megastar of the 90s who led the league in scoring more than once, especially when he got turned loose and got out of Toronto, who didn't want him for some reason. I don't know what's going on. I guess they just couldn't match it. This is a PSA 8 Super Rave. We're going to look this card up. It's also his jersey number. So this card has everything going for it. This Super Raves from 98 Skybox Thunder were serial numbered to only 25. This is a Pop 2, none higher. And by the way, I don't know if a card can look any more badass, right? This is Tracy McGrady dunking the basketball. The ball's a little bit different color. McGrady's got that dunk face on there. Serial numbered again to 25, not the Rave. This is Super Rave. There are 54 bids and it sold for $56.40 last night. Is that good or bad, Cajun? Just give us a damn answer. It's actually really bad, but here's the deal. This is a different card than this one. So this is not a situation where there was a relist, I don't think. $829. No, it is a relist. So this card did sell on Fanatics Weekly for $9,000, which is a lot more than $56.40 even here in Louisiana. So this same exact cert card, we'll do it again. Look at, this is the $9,000 sale from October of last year. So here we are 7 months later, $829. Here it is again, selling for $56.40. Be careful. This is not something that Fanatics Collect can really stop. Again, this is also quite possible that, somebody picked it up for $9,000, had a change of heart, paid it, owned it, and here it is 7 months, 8 months, whatever it is later, 6, 7, 8 months later, selling it 6 months later for $56.40 and just taking an ass whipping. That is quite possible. A PSA 8 is a Pop 2 card, and so those are the two sales you want to look at. Again, just like the Barkley, I don't want to overreact there. I don't want to say, oh, McGrady cards are down 30%. Even high-end McGrady cards are down. I would just chill with that, and I would just pay very close attention to the next one if we ever see one. It looks like it's a PSA 8 Pop 2, none others out there. So we'll see if one of them rears its head somewhere in the wild. Prism Deca Black 1 of 1. John Morant does $5,760. I'm not sure who's buying into the John Morant market right now. We'll see. I wouldn't be surprised if these dudes get bounced from the playoffs. I don't know if the Kings or I forget who else is like the 10th seed or whatever over there in the West, but I don't know if any of those teams are going to be able to beat them after the Warriors beat them, but I'd be real careful with John Morant stuff right now. Michael Jordan 2012 Upper Deck MJ Master Collection autograph. It is a Carolina card. This is a PSA 610 for the autograph, which is most important. You'd rather a 610 than a 10.6. Let's put it that way. $57.60 for that Jordan. What about a good looking PSA 6 Jordan 86 Fleer? That is a really, really good eye appeal. That is a really good eye appeal for a PSA 6. There must be spaghetti stains. I don't know what. There's got to be something horrific on the back of this card to make this a PSA 6. My God, that is a miserably difficult grade for this card from a centering standpoint, and everybody looks at these cards and is like, no, it's not centered, you're crazy, you're an idiot. Look, man, I know it's not perfect, but it ain't PSA 6 centering, so there must be something absolutely terrible going on the back of this card. It's not. It's a little off center left to right, maybe a little off top to bottom. It's noticeable left to right, but again, the back, who cares? There is what looks like a print line going top to bottom through the middle of the card right here on the back. Maybe that's it, but that's why it gets a Fanatics top 15% eye appeal, because it's the front where they measure eye appeal. They do not consider the back, unless I'm mistaken. I've been told by Fanatics and other places that give eye appeal stickers, it's the front of the card that matters, not the back, which is why it's called eye appeal. So great looking PSA 6 there, does $58.80. 2020 Pristine Michael Jordan. We're going to look at two of these. My good friend Adam Gray posted on his Instagram, this PSA 10 right here ended last night, and a BGS 10 ended as well. We're going to see the premium between a PSA 10 and a BGS 10, and we'll try to draw some conclusions on whether or not that gap is being closed. This is a really low pop card. This card last night from Topps Pristine, which is a product that I love. Yes, I am old enough that I used to open 2002 Topps Pristine, chasing the Jordans, chasing the Yao Mings, chasing the Amari Stoudemire's, chasing the whoever the hell else was a rookie back then. I guess we were looking for Tyson Chandler's and Eddie Curry's and who else, can you imagine from 2002? The Jordan obviously would have been a huge hit, but this serial number to 50 sells for $58.80. I've got it pulled up. Great looking card right there. Here it is down here, 6,600. That is not an all-time record. That's actually down a good bit from the all-time record set in 2023 of 76.55 for a PSA 10. Let's just go ahead and let the cat out of the bag. Last night, same exact card, BGS 10 copy. We're going to get to it early in a second, but we'll skip to it right now. Sold for $8,100. So if you look at the pop report, there's one BGS 10 out there. This was it, and it sold for $8,100. The PSA 10 is a pop, let's see, together, pop 9, and it sold for $6,600. How do you think about that margin? How do you feel? $8,100 versus $6,600 to jump from a PSA 10 to a BGS 10. Same auction house, same platform, same cards, same night, same everything. There's your margin. $1,500 to jump from a PSA 10 to a pop 1 BGS 10. I don't know. Let me know. I guess there's a lot of stuff to consider. Are you a set registry dude? If you're not, then BGS 10 seems to still be the better grade and still steams, obviously, last night to carry a pretty noticeable premium of $1,500 on a $6,600 to $8,100 card. Steph Curry Davidson, 1 of 1 vinyl from 2020, does $58.80. We got to look this card up. Gosh, these are just beautiful, and I really wish I owned one of these cards, but I do not. And this is a gorgeous Kobe Bryant Skybox Premium 1998. That's Jam that sells for it's pop 33. Shout out to Pippen and Bird. $6,000 last night after 33 bids. What a great looking card. Those are just so cool looking. I know we got the Dunkin' Go Nuts, which is sort of a food theme. That's Jam, sort of a food theme with the Welch's kind of stuff in the background. At least that's the vibe you get. But strawberry or grape jelly, you guys let me know. You know, when I was a kid growing up, yes, not down here in Louisiana, in the Bluegrass State in Louisville, Kentucky, we used to eat apple jelly on everything. Apple jelly. I don't even like apples. I don't like apple flavored anything, but apple jelly, for whatever reason, is what my parents put on toast. But that's what led me to become a gold rope chain wearing Spartan down here in Louisiana. That's Jam. How about we talk about cards? Let's go back to it. Here we go. Where is it? There it is. There's the card. Gorgeous card. Wow. Not the record. The record was set in 2021 of 8,600. Also on Fanatics Weekly. This one last night goes for $6,000. I wonder if it's the same card. It is not, and that's just a terrible picture right there. Look at that picture, and then look at this picture on Fanatics last night. I mean, it's like night and day, apples and orange. Speaking of apples, apple jellies and orange jelly. 31 is the pop on this card. Shout out to Reggie Miller. This is a 13% gem rate. It's not as rare as you would think. 360 of them, but pretty rare in PSA 10, 31. Tons of BGS 9.5, so these cards actually do grade pretty well if you can get the surface clean. 2019 Donruss Optic, and I don't mean clean the surface with materials or man spooge or weird stuff like that. I mean, if you can just find one with a clean surface. I don't want anybody to twist my words. I'm not saying go doctor the surface. I'm saying if you can find one with a nice, clean surface and no flex on that translucent surface, then you're good to go. I had an Iverson that was kind of screwed up on the surface is the reason that sort of came to mind. Green Optic John Morant rookie, serial number to 5, pop 1, PSA 10. Everything you want in a John Morant card except Prism. Sells for $6,000. That card would have sold for $806,000 in 2021. 2012 Paul George. We got to look up 2012 Prism anything, just about, except for base. The golds are highly sought after. Some of the biggest, nastiest, sweatiest, filthiest, strongest set collectors in our hobby. Some of them with the initials NT are collecting this 2012 Prism Gold set, and as high a grade as possible. This is one of those sets where it's so hard to find the card, let alone PSA 10s of the card, because the centering is so glaring that a mixed set is permissible. You know how there's some sets where a mixed set simply is not permissible. 86 Fleer comes to mind. People want PSA 10 sets. People obviously usually settle for PSA 9 sets, PSA 8 sets. They don't want 7, 8, 9, 7, 7, 8, 9, 7, 7. They don't want it. And they don't want PSA 8.5 and weird half grades. This is a set where if you could put this thing together, and by the way, it is a humongous set, so good luck putting this together. It's 300 cards deep. Good luck finding 300 golds. That's why there's only 4 or 5 or 6 or 10 people in the world collecting the set. 9s are fine. 8s are great. 10s are Sasquatches, strolling through the woods on a Sunday evening. Good luck tracking one down. This is a PSA 9 Paul George. Have I spent enough time talking about a Paul George card? Here it is right there. The all-time record is $10,800 for a PSA 9. This is a $6,300 sale a month after this one right here. I would be very cautious with this sale. This was a certification number 512. This is certification number 627. So 2 different cards. I'd just be really careful. I don't know, man. 10,800 seems like a huge number. I don't know if that happened or not. I don't know anything about the seller, Shrim Sports Cards. He did have 293 feedback, but whatever, do what you want. Maybe somebody just got a deal on this Paul George card, or maybe that just removed one set collector from the fight, and then there was only one set collector left last night on Fanatics Weekly, and that's why it went for less. That's the thing you got to be careful of when you're one of these rare set collectors, is if there's 2 people that really need a Paul George, and one of them picks it up, the Paul George Gold 2012 on day 1. On day 14, man, that card could go for much less if there's nobody pushing and there's nobody fighting and clawing and scratching to win this Paul George PSA 9. So maybe that's what happened. Let me know what you think in the comments. Flawless Auto Curry. 2003. I told you I'm not going to talk about these anymore. There's too many of them. 2003 Upper Deck LeBron James. Future All-Star. Yeah, they got that right. He made a couple of All-Star teams. Did LeBron make an All-Star team? I think he did. I can't remember. 2003 Upper Deck Future All-Star Black LeBron James. Serial number to 25. PSA 8. Pop 1 does 6,600. Let's look up another. We saw an amazing Tracy McGrady card, a Super Rave, serial number to 25. Here's another amazing Tracy McGrady card. This is his Tier 1 Grand Finale from SPX, serial number to 50. This 9.5 is a Pop 2, none higher. As good as it gets. 6,900 for this T-Mac right here. And there it is again. This card is old school Beckett. Hopefully, I guess we can look. Let's look. Let's see if the subgrades are on the back. I don't think anybody was dumb enough back then not to get subgrades. Here we go. It's card number 9 out of 50. And this is the part you love about these cards, these Grand Finales. Hand serial numbered numerator. That's the number to the left of the slash. Printed denominator, 50, right? One of those cool cards that you can get hand serial numbered and printed. The best of both worlds. It's a min gem right there, but yeah, the subgrades are on the back. 43 bids, so this is a card people were definitely looking to pick up last night, and I've got it pulled up. There it is right there. It sold for 6,900 last night. Holy crap. Same exact card. I'm almost certain this would be the same exact card. Sold for $17,220 back in 2021, $12,000 in 2021. So this is the highest sale in 4 years, but again, it's all about perspective. Is this a card that's down, 80%, or is this, or whatever that is, 70%, 60%, 50%, or 70%, or is this just, we got to stop looking at 2021. I think that's really what the story is of that sale last night. So let me know if you think that's a cheap pickup. Should the Grand Finale 9.5, best in class, have sold for more than the Super Rave? I don't know. That's another question you guys can answer in the comments below. Some of you great 90s collectors out there. All right, surely not. Cajun, this has to stop. This has to stop. Shai Gilgeous-Alexander cannot continue. We haven't rang the bell very much, have we? Okay, so maybe we're seeing a little recession here. Cards coming back to the field. Surely the 2018 Shai Gilgeous-Alexander rookie card shieldless blue color match, serial number to 199. Can't break another all-time record. I mean, this card, there's so many of them out there. There it is, Pop 44. Well, there's your all-time chart. And there's your all-time record. It did it again. 7,500 for this Pop 44 SGA. That is your all-time record. Are his cards doing well over the last 2 years? I don't know. Is up 341% a lot? Again, this is where old, get off my lawn, cranky dude wearing the gold rope chain says, be very careful buying into any card that is up 341% over the last 2 years. For someone who has won nothing and has earned nothing, although it looks like he's going to be MVP, this is prospecting at its finest. And you may say, he's not a prospect. He's all NBA. He's one of the best guards in the world. He's going to win an MVP. That's perfectly fine. I get all of those things. But if I gave you a list of people that had won one MVP in their career and won no titles, whose serial number to 199 cards in PSA 10 or Pop 44, they're not selling for $7,500. Derrick Rose comes to mind, and I'm not wishing something terrible to happen to SGA. Michael Jordan patch thingy from 2005. Upper Deck Reflections Mirror Images. Serial number to 10. 9.5 makes it a pop 3, none higher. 7,500 for that MJ. Ooh, we finally get to talk about one. A 95 Stadium Club Warp Speed, my A number 1 aesthetics favorite affordable Michael Jordan insert in PSA 10. Guys, the tongue is out. The black Concords are on. It's Jordan in action with space stuff going on in the background, so even Star Trek and Star Wars people can be happy. This is a PSA 10. Does 7,800 last night. Let's find it in Card Ladder, right? That is, by the way, my data pricing tool of choice is Card Ladder. If you want to know where I get all my information, it's from Card Ladder. They pay me. They're an affiliate partner. I believe in them strongly. It's why I use them for everything that I do in the hobby. If you want to subscribe to Card Ladder, go into the YouTube description of this video. Pause it. Go in there. Click my affiliate link. You got to actually copy and paste it into your browser, but copy and paste it. And your Card Ladder subscription is easy. It's too cheap. And a little chunk of your money will go to Card Ladder, and Card Ladder comes back and pays me from my big Cajun mouth. Anyway, let's look at the card. For God's sakes, can we look at the card? There it is right there. Pop 50. That ain't a lot. It's not that rare. Look, there's been 2,384 of these things graded, but what's the gem rate, Cajun? 3%. 50 out of 1,618 PSA have gotten a PSA 10 label slapped on it. This card is actually down a little bit. I don't get to ring the bell. 8,100 is the highest sale in the last 3 months. Over the last 2 years, this card, unlike a Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, is only up 116%, even down here in South Louisiana, where we eat alligators and things that crawl in the ditches like crawfish and nutria rats. That's still 2x. 2x for a Michael Jordan card that is a complete 30 years old, 3 decades old. We know one thing, that pop ain't going much higher. It's at 50 right now. Cade Cunningham, my favorite young basketball player in the NBA, and he is going to make an All-NBA team because he is carrying a, what is the word? I don't want to say, it's not a bad roster. He's just missing a clear-cut beta, right? He doesn't have a Jalen Williams. He doesn't have a Jalen Brown. He doesn't have a Jalen Green. How many more Jalen betas are there in the NBA? Why are all the Jalen's betas, right? Not alphas. But this Cade Cunningham, I guess the second best player on his team right now since Jaden Ivey is out is what? Jalen Duren? I don't know. Somebody tell me. Is it Jalen Duren? Is he the next best player? Is it Osar Thompson? I mean, I bet you 99.9% of the people who aren't from Detroit in the hobby can't even name the starting 5 now that Simone Fontecchio is not part of it in Detroit. 2021 National Treasures crossover, Cade Cunningham, serial number 10. Really awesome patch. Autograph goes for $7,800. That's a big sale. Next to it, an Anthony Edwards rookie horizontal PSA 9, 10 for the autograph, goes for $7,800. Jayson Tatum, this is a harbinger. What is a harbinger, Cajun? Well, a harbinger is a sign of things to come, right? It's an indication that something in the future is about to happen. This is a harbinger of a very big Jayson Tatum card that is, believe it or not, at the very top of this Fanatics weekly auction that closed last night on April 13th. This is his 2017 Flawless Ruby parallel. It is a rookie because that was his rookie year. And this card sells for $8,100. And here's that Michael Jordan card that we talked about. We don't need to go through it again. This is the highest selling card of all time for the 2002 Topps Pristine Gold Refractor. It's a pop 1 that probably didn't hurt. Gold on gold also never hurts. LeBron James, 2003 Upper Deck Rookie Exclusives, BGS 9, 10 for the autograph, does $8,100. And then our first Victor Wembanyama card. And what team does he play for? I don't know. Why? Because his jump jersey doesn't have the team name on there. He's just wearing this awesome black, freaking champion, workout shirt here with that happens to have a number 1 on it that he pulled off the rack at, Dick's Sporting Goods. Launched into orbit. It would be a great looking card otherwise. Problem is there's no team name on the jersey, and that makes me want to throw up on myself. Pop 45. Who's number 45? Not Vin Baker. Who's number 45? Bo Outlaw? Is Bo Outlaw number 45? Charles Bo Outlaw, one of the ugliest players in NBA history. Anyway, this is launched into orbit. Superfractor, because everybody loves the word superfractor. 1 of 1 PSA 9 from 2023 Cosmic Chrome. I don't even know what that is. I've never even heard of that product. Cosmic Chrome is the name of a product. It sounds like some kind of kids movie or something. $8,400 for that Victor Wembanyama. Are those cards coming back? I don't know, but we got to get this kid healthy because he's too freaking generational. He's too good. Are we about to look at another 2012 Topps Chrome Gold Prism? This is a PSA 10, and it is the Mailman. It is Pop 2, and it sold for $8,400. Well, we got to know, is that a good sale or a bad sale? That is the second highest sale of all time. $12,081 is the all-time record. So no bell ringing there. PSA 9 Refractor, $8,700. PSA 9 Refractor LeBron, $8,700. So two of those go off the board last night for $8,700. And then here's a great comparison. This would be a great Instagram clip if somebody wants to steal this right now and post it on their Instagram page so they can get famous. Don't ask me what's in that. It's perfectly legal, I assure you. Not FDA approved, but perfectly legal. It's what gives me this beautiful Cajun energy on a Monday morning after coming in late last night from Alabama. 2004 Topps Chrome Black Refractor, serial numbered to 500. PSA 10. That's a big card. This is a second year LeBron James Black Refractor, PSA 10, $9,300. The 2004 Topps Chrome Gold Refractor, PSA 9, but 5 times as rare, approximately 5 and then 5 more, $9,300. So here's an interesting tale right here. And this is where the comments come in. And this is why I love the fact that thousands of people are going to watch this video, because everybody's going to have an opinion. Are we buying the grade or are we buying the card? I don't think anybody would argue or assert that the black is a better card than the gold, right? Gold's hot. People love black refractors. People love gold refractors. But I gotta believe, if they were both PSA 10s, you're probably gonna take the 5 times more rare card with a lower pop. But it's a PSA 9. Do we have the fortitude? Do we have the balls, for lack of a better word? My apologies to the ladies, all of you hundreds of thousands of ladies, they're going to watch this sports card auction recap video. Do we have the balls to choose the gold PSA 9 over the black 10? Exact same price on this card. This is a great comparison. I'm so glad they finished right here next to each other for $9,300. Someone will clip this and post this on Instagram because it's an interesting analysis. It really is. Here we go. The black that sold for $9,300 last night. It's a Pop 20, and that is the highest by far. Up 100%. That's 2x again down here. 2x for a LeBron non-rookie card over the last 2 years. That's preposterous, Cajun. Is that the all-time high? Get ready. No, believe it or not, $25,000 is the all-time high. So everybody who collects LeBron, just calm down, right? He's not Jordan. He's not Kobe. Not right now. He's not. His cards aren't. That's for sure. All right, what about the gold? Pop 17, much lower pop. That card's actually down a little bit, but I'm going to call this even. 6% down, whatever. Anything can happen. If it was $400 more, it'd be great over the last 2 years. But what about that? Is that close to the all-time record? No, actually, somebody's into this card for $36,000 U.S. American paper dollars. So 2 LeBron cards that one of them's doing well, the black, one of them not so much. That's probably a PSA 10 versus PSA 9 thing. I want to know which of these 2 cards would you guys rather have. Just an interesting analysis right there. 97 Stadium Club, one of a kind. Yeah, this card is in the hierarchy. Yeah, you got to look down into tier 4. Why? Because until the hierarchy came out, most people weren't looking for the Stadium Club one of a kind, despite the fact that it's serial numbered to 150 and freaking rare as hell. Pop 14 in a PSA 8. There are only 7 graded higher. And I want to show you this because it's an amazing image of Jordan. The background's a little bit kind of depressed, a little bit, it really features Michael Jordan, in the foreground of this card. And he's going up for that, of course, his reverse double pump. Pop 32, shout out to Magic and others, $9,600. This is a card that seems like a lot. Cajun, is that an all-time record? Well, it is an all-time record. Michael Jordan, hierarchy, PSA 8, all-time record. 150 of them were printed, 6,400 of them, shout out to March Madness, have been graded. PSA 8 is really good. Guess what the gem percentage is? Nunca, nada, 0, none. I don't know how you say it in French because I don't speak it, but there's 7 PSA 9s. Those will sell for $1 billion now when the next one of those that we see. But this PSA 8 is an all-time record for the Jordan PSA 8, one of a kind. What about this Jokic? He's good. He just averaged a triple-double. He's going to barely lose the MVP race, and people are going to talk about it and argue about it, and ESPN's going to do nothing but talk about that as long as Bronny James doesn't do something or LeBron doesn't say something stupid. This will be the talk of the next 2-3 weeks now that the season's over as we gear up for the playoffs. This skinny Jokic rookie card is, and my understanding is he does not have a National Treasures RPA. Somebody correct me in the comments, but I think that's correct. So this is where you go for his true rookie card. It's serial number to 99. It's a BGS 9.5. Look how skinny he is right there. 46 bids, $9,900 last night. Here it is right here. Cajun, is that an all-time record? Yeah, not only is it an all-time record, it obliterated the last sale of 6,700 in 2023. That was the highest sale of all time. The card did do 6,000 in 2024. This is not the same card, so everybody can chill. That's not somebody picking it up for 600. That's a different card entirely. So all-time record last night for that Nikola Jokic rookie BGS 8.5 true autograph card. 2001 SPL Authentic Star Signatures Jordan 9.510. Jordan's autograph in a Wizards uniform from 2001 does $9,900. That's a lot of money. Upper Deck Legends Jordan autograph 810, serial number to an arbitrary 90, does $9,900. And then this is a great looking card. I just want to show you how cool this card is. Olympic Kobe Bryant just hits a little bit differently. I love it. I know everybody wants his Laker stuff, but this is just great looking with that FIBA basketball, in the foreground. A great image of Kobe. He was yoked at that time. Look at his arms and shoulders. I'm so jealous. Autograph 10, got a 10. Card got an 8.5. $10,200 for that Kobe last night. We saw the green. I think we saw a green optic John Morant sell for a few pennies. Here's the green optic John Morant BGS green optic Luka Doncic selling for $10,500. We're working our way to the top, but before we get there, we got to talk about this sale because my good Jordan friends last night on a group text kept texting. We kept following, and it was like, how many bids are there on this thing? By the way, 23. Not a coincidence. That's God's plan. $10,800. This is a tier 4 Jordan card. This is not a rare Jordan card. This is not again, in the grand scheme of things, this is not a top 100 Jordan card. It's not. But it's a PSA 10, and it's in the hierarchy. And is there a better image of Jordan's face? Is there any doubt? I'm going to click this and see if it doesn't mess. Is he crazy? Is that the face of a competitor? Go find me a LeBron card where his face looks like that. It doesn't exist. He's literally going to murder somebody after the game. 23 bids, $10,800 American dollars last night. Let's go find this Rock the House all-time record. Here it is. Boom. $10,800 is a lot more than $3,100. Anybody who wants to know if Jordan inserts from the 90s, inserts and parallels from the 90s are doing okay, can look at the Stadium Club One of a Kind PSA 8. They can look at the PSA 10 Rock the House and conclude, yep, they're doing just fine. 573 graded. Again, that's not a ton, right? It's not Zion base prisms, but that's not the rarest thing in the world. It's certainly not a serial numbered car. 5% a gem rate, 19 PSA 10s. One of them went off the board last night. Who knows when we'll see it again. Triple autograph with Kobe, LeBron, and, unfortunately, it is the weirdo Dwight Howard, serial numbered to 15. He's playing somewhere in Iceland, I think. $11,100 for this Dwight Howard Ultra Ray Allen masterpiece. Let's look at it because it deserves a look. It's a one-of-one masterpiece. Anytime one of these sells, I believe it deserves at least a minute of your attention. Look at this inscription on the back. The only one-of-one masterpiece. It's die cut. It's a platinum. It's not a platinum because it's the parallel of the platinum. The one-of-one Ray Allen. Of course, it's got Mark Jackson in the background and then a bunch of Indiana Pacers bullies because that's all Indiana had back then was Mark Jackson, Reggie Miller, and a bunch of guys that you would not want to meet in a dark alley because they would shank you and kill you and dunk on anybody in their path. A couple of those guys had the last name Davis, but there was more than that, right? Jeff Foster comes to mind as a hatchet man. Austin Crocier was out there as a potential hatchet man as well. And he was one of those first guys that got paid because of his playoff performance in one series who probably didn't deserve as much as he got. All right, we've seen the Rock the House, PSA 10, set an all-time record, $10,800. This is a 97 Jordan Thrill Seekers. This is a little more recognizable card than the Rock the House. No offense intended for whichever of my good friends won that Rock the House card. It's an amazing card in and of itself. But this Thrill Seekers has got a scope pattern in the background. It's a little more popular, a little bit more in demand, I would say, than the Rock the House. Again, 32 bids. That's 23 backwards. Coincidence? Conspiracy? I don't know what I'm talking about. $12,600 for that Jordan 97 Thrill Seekers. There's another Thrill Seekers out there that is a big card as well. Is $12,600 a good sale for this Jordan Thrill Seekers? Where is it? There it is right there. There's your card. Pop 36, not the highest price ever. It's sold 51 times. This is the second highest price ever sold, but it is very much up from the last sale of $11,400 to $12,600. If you want to see how the card's done in the last 2 years, 31% up is pretty good. 9 sales for a Pop 36. That's 1/4 of the population. Even down here, I can do that math. That's a lot of Thrill Seekers selling over the last 24 months. That's more than a Thrill Seekers PSA 10 every 3 months. That's a lot. I think we're going to start. Look at that chain bling, baby. Look at that chain bling in the background. You see when the light hits it, man? I am getting after it. So much swag. BGS 9, Jordan rookie does 14.4. That is a Min Gem, but I know what people are thinking, right? I don't think this person bought this card. 21 bids, by the way. Shout out to Kevin Garnett. I don't think the winning bidder on this card intended to keep this Jordan BGS 9. I'm not. Am I crazy? Look at the subgrades and you tell me what they were thinking. 9.5 centering. That should be the first giveaway. 9.5 edges. 9 corners, 8.5 surface. I think that the buyer is thinking, I can cross this over to a PSA 9 and sell it for $1 zillion. That's what I'm thinking. It sold for 14.4. You let me know what they were thinking last night. LeBron James, 2004, Ultimate Collection Signatures, Autograph 10, Card Grade 10, Pop 1. Does $16,200. I looked it up because I think it's a beautiful card, and this is the 4th highest selling card from last night's auction. We're almost there. Hold in, get your gold rope chains and get ready. I think this is an amazing looking card with the gold foil, writing. It's from Ultimate Collection, which for those of you not old enough to remember, I know everybody's all over the exquisite bandwagon. Ultimate Collection was a pretty big deal, and none of us cheap bastards could afford it, right? You had to have crazy money to be buying Ultimate Collection packs and ripping them. LeBron James, unbelievable autograph, unbelievable image of LBJ with the headband right there, young LeBron James. We say it's a Pop 1 in PSA 10. There's been 51 graded, and this is the best in class. Why does it say Pop 1? Oh, because it's a 10-10. Sorry, it's a 10-10 Pop 1. There are 3 PSA 10 graded cards, I guess, so I don't know how that works. But this is the sale, April 13th, 2025. That was last night. $16,200, an all-time record for a LeBron James card, whose other LeBron James cards we've seen struggling. This one defies the odds. Pop 1 had to have something to do with it. Of course, PSA 10-10, you're going to need a napkin for that. And here's our top 3. And would you have guessed there's no PSA 10s there? So all you PSA 10 simps can relax. It's BGS 9 time. 3 BGS 9s in our top 3. This is too crazy, right? It's too crazy on April 14th. 2012 Immaculate Collection Kobe Jumbo. Let's look at it because it's another great image of a Kobe autograph card. The card's a BGS 9. The autograph is a BGS 10. I don't know. Everybody seems to argue about whether autographs deserve it and whether they're fading and all this crap. I'm not getting into all that junk. The patch is silly, unbelievable silly, like silly as in good. This card sold for $18,000 last night. I did look it up right here in Card Ladder. Again, how about that for an image of a card? What an amazing card. What just happened? Here it is, 18,000. All-time record set last night, 18,000. The highest before that was, guess when? 2021, when the card sold for 13,530. So really noticeable jump over the prior all-time record for a BGS 9 of 13,530. Card number 2 on the list. Can we get some more LeBron James, please, Cajun? Yes, here you go. On a platter. BGS 9 black refractor. So we saw second year gold, second year black. Now we're seeing rookie year black refractor from 2003, serial number just like 2004 to 500. This BGS 9 does $18,000. Is that a good sale? Yeah. Over the last 2 years, this is the highest sale over the last 2 years. That's a big deal, guys. This is the LeBron James non-PSA 10 trending in the right direction, and it ties the highest sale out of the last 11 sales over the last 24 months. I'm sorry, I got to do it. I know I shouldn't. Just as a Jordan lover, I think I got to do it. All time, somebody's into the card for $55,000. All right, I won't ruin your week. Jayson Tatum just won the auction. Yeah, you heard me right, and I spoiled it a little bit earlier, but a Jayson Tatum 2017 Panini Flawless Star Swatch Gold, serial number to 10, that we've got to show on the screen for you guys to understand how awesome this card is. Best player on the Celtics. We're worried because I think his beta, the aforementioned Jaylen Brown, is getting injections in his knee. That's not a good thing going into, the playoffs. Well, the playoffs for them don't really start in round 1. It starts in round 2. But you get my point. That's not a good sign for your second best player on the Boston Celtics. No offense to Peyton Pritchard. For the second best player on the Celtics to be getting injections in his knee to play basketball as we go into the playoffs, and they haven't even started, but $22,800 for this monster Tatum. It's a pop 4, just 2 graded higher. Is that an all-time record? Yes, it is. We're going to ring the bell. It just edges out a 2017 serial number to 15. That doesn't count. Here it is. Star Swatch Gold. 15.3 was the all-time record. 22.8 smashes the all-time record. So awesome sale last night for this Jayson Tatum Star Swatch Signatures serial number to 10 gold parallel. Guys, let's see what we had last night in our top 10. We'll go through them real quick. Tatum, LeBron, Kobe. LeBron, Jordan. Ray Allen at number 7. The trio here with Dwight Howard, who we probably shouldn't even mention because the card would be worth more if he wasn't on it. Michael Jordan rocked the house, does its thing. And then Luka Doncic, Luka Doncic, green optic, serial number to 5, BGS 9, rounds out our top 10. Guys, that's it. If you don't have one of these, I don't even know what else to say. I don't know what's wrong with you. I am going to take it off now. We'll put it up over here. I promise you I won't wear that again. But glad that I could send my Cajun Jr., my son, down to New Orleans last night to watch a G League game. But he did have fun. Thank you guys, as always, for watching these videos. And a thank you for everybody who subscribed. I don't know how many subscribers we have. It's like 29,000 or something bananas. These Fanatics weekly auction recap videos are getting thousands of views. I'm just going to tease this. I'm not giving anything away. I'm working on a really big project that is way outside the box for me. It is not something normal. It does involve Michael Jordan. It does involve Michael Jordan cards. It's not along the lines of the hierarchy. It is so far outside the box, nobody's even going to guess it. But I'm very proud of it. I'm very excited. But I just can't find the time to wrap the project up. But I promise to you it's coming, and I think the people on this channel are going to like it. It's going to give the guys that love this channel, that love collecting Michael Jordan cards, really not just Michael Jordan cards, but any of you guys that have a man cave. Let's tease it this way. If you've got a man cave, and I don't mean like P. Diddy man cave, right, where you're trapping people and doing terrible things to them. I'm talking about like a man cave, like you watch TV in there. It's kind of a place where a guy goes to relax and watch. And I'm not talking about the P. Diddy relaxing. That's disgusting. And I'm not talking about Epstein. I'm talking about like normal dudes like us that go and watch sports, and it's like your place, and you got your cards displayed, or maybe you got some jerseys hanging. You got a coffee table down here in the middle. You got couches. And if your guys come over and y'all are, watching the Masters or watching sports, that's kind of your place to go and chill, uninterrupted and watch sports. Then this project that I'm working on is going to be something that you're going to be interested in, and it might be worth a few bucks. So this is something that I'm putting together that I think people are going to be interested in purchasing and enjoying for years and years and years to come. And yes, it does have to do with basketball cards, or maybe even baseball or football cards, depending on what floats your boat. But thank you guys, as always, for watching these Fanatics Weekly Auction Recaps. Tons of great content on this channel. Click a couple of these videos that you're about to see on this end screen and just peruse if you're new to the channel. If you're new to the channel and you think this may be something you like, over 365 videos a year, that ain't normal, right? That is not normal. Nobody down in South Louisiana is consistent as me in anything, let alone producing basketball card hobby content. So I appreciate those of you who are here to stay. If you're not here to stay, stay. Hit the subscribe button. Comment below. Enjoy the videos every single Monday. I've got scheduled videos every single week with auction recaps for a couple of auction houses like this Fanatics Collect auction, where I am an affiliate partner. If you haven't used the promo code Cajun to submit your cards, it's gaining traction. People are watching the videos, people are watching the channel, and they're like, Cajun, I love your stuff. How do I support you without giving you any money? I don't want to pay you to do it because I just don't want to pay you to do it. That's fine. But if you're going to consider using the Fanatics Collect selling platforms, Premier, Weekly, or even the Buy It Now, or even if you just want to vault your cards at Fanatics Collect like I do because it's best in class, consider using the promo code Cajun, all capital letters, CAJUN, or if you're buying on the Fanatics Collect marketplaces, consider using the affiliate link that's in the YouTube description to this and every video that I do. Just copy and paste it in your browser, go into Fanatics. That way, everything you buy supports the channel. It's two ways that you guys can support the content that I'm creating and help me get better at what I'm doing, increase the technology, maybe I get some good wax on here with the money and do some breaks and some rips and some grade reveals. It's two ways that you can support the channel without you spending any money out of your pocket. Also, I should say, the hierarchy posters are available. What in the hell is a hierarchy poster? If you don't know, go watch the YouTube playlist on this channel, Michael Jordan Hierarchy. You won't be disappointed, and you've got a lot of catching up to do. I have 3 foot by 2 foot glossy posters, front and back, with the biggest pack odds list in the world. If you collect Michael Jordan cards, even if you think the hierarchy is crap and you don't pay any attention to it, it's still great eye candy to put it in a frame and hang it up on your wall, in your man cave, again, the good man cave, or in a sports bar, or just in your house, or maybe in your living room if your wife will allow it. Thank you guys for watching as always. Hope this gets your week off to a great start. It's 7:40 a.m. Central Time down here in Baton Rouge, Louisiana. There will be another video coming out tonight where we look at the lower end, and they're still going to be expensive, the Michael Jordan cards that we didn't see in the top 48 that broke all-time records. It's a video that I do every single week called Record Collection. Yes, it's a play on words because there is a Michael Jordan hierarchy card called Records Collection. But you will see another Michael Jordan only video later this evening or tomorrow, I promise you, because that's how I roll. Thank you guys as always for watching. Keep collecting. Stay positive in the hobby. Peace.